Good day, traders. Welcome again to the Forex Boat Trading Academy. And today in this analysis, we will be looking at the Swiss franc versus Japanese yen currency pair. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, do it right away not to miss any of the upcoming analysis that we do on the daily basis. Before we get started, I would like to remind you that all the information in this video is for educational purpose only. It should not be considered as a financial advice. Now, what I see on the Swiss franc Japanese yen is the strength of the Swiss franc. We have discussed that the gold is looking bullish, silver is looking bullish, Swiss franc is looking bullish, and we already have analysis for the Swiss related currency pairs. Specifically, it is Canadian versus Swiss franc and Euro versus Swiss franc, which we will go through straight after analysis of the Swiss franc. So basically what I see is the strength of the Swiss franc, and this will be reflected also on the Swiss franc Japanese yen if my analysis are correct. So what we have is the rejection of both moving averages, which is 200 simple and 200 exponential. Both of them rejected along with the uptrend trend line. So there was this massive support. Besides, we have used this fibs to apply to the last wave to the downside. And here is the rejection of the 50% fibs at 115.26. This is all has been rejected. And now we see that the price has produced a new higher high. So this is a very first indication of the strength, potential strength of the Swiss franc Japanese yen. There is a potential, of course, that the price will be going down and continuing the downtrend. Although this scenario will only be valid if there will be 4-hour and or daily close below 115.22. This is the only case when it's possible. Before that, this is an uptrend. And if we take the current level, price can be expected to rise by 60 pips. I know this is not much, but for this pair, I think it's quite a nice move if you trade intraday. And the reason for the resistance being here is because it's based on two fibs also. First off, this was the same fibs applied to this last wave to the downside, which is 78.6%. And it's at the 116.44 level. If I move to the hourly chart, here I've used another last wave to the upside, and we have 23.6 fibs at 116.40. And this is the area of resistance. Now, if we look at the hourly chart, the move is quite big. So this is basically what I would expect. I think it will be like that. I think it will be very fast. Maybe some pullbacks, minor pullbacks, but overall it should be pretty fast uptrend to the upside. Now, on the hourly chart, there was also resistance at this price, where price rejected moving averages, but then we see this break and close above. So this could have been the trigger point. In my view, this was the ideal entry price for buyers, and because hourly close broke this strong resistance, and this should have triggered this buying pressure. So from now on, I would expect a fast move to the upside, potentially 1 or 2 days. It's because it's not that big. It's just, as we said, 60 pips. And if we look at the bigger picture, what I would expect is the break above this resistance. But this is the nearest point. You can see it also corresponds to the 200 simple moving average breakout point previously established. So this will be the first resistance and the potential double top formation near this level. And if there will be a breakout, this could be a very strong uptrend. So these are the analysis for the Swiss franc Japanese yen. And I would like first get back to the previously made analysis and first start with the Swiss franc related currency pairs, which is Euro Swiss franc and Canadian Swiss franc. The Euro Swiss is what we had yesterday, guys. The price was right there at the top, and you can see it's already starting to move down. And this looks to me pretty bearish. And as long as this red line holds this resistance, it should continue moving lower. I do like that it's already broke below moving averages here, and this could be the resistance. One of the moving averages should be acting the resistance. So yet again, the Swiss franc strength is in place on this chart as well. Now, Canadian Swiss franc also, guys, we see that price rejected today 50 exponential moving average, clean bounce, and now I think the time for this sort of move. Same, which implies that the Swiss franc is strong. So all in all, the Swiss franc strength should be dominating the market during the next couple of weeks. Let's move on and see gold and silver as well. Gold, it's starting to look bullish from this point onwards. As I said, guys, break above this level is already a strong indication that the price will be going up. And this corrective move, even that it was small pullback, I think this could have provided a good opportunity for buyers. So all in all, bullish on gold because this resistance has been broken clearly. And yet again, Swiss franc strength could be in place. Now silver, here we are at this green zone. Yesterday it has been rejected and starting to move up. So removing this. And the scenario that I did expect, basically, this is something I still expect. This will be something similar to this move. Basically, we're gonna test the trend line and then consolidation and then continuation of the uptrend. Expect this sort of scenario, and it could play out very good for the long run, because this price could be now giving this opportunity where you can wait for this sort of price if there is a breakout or rejection and then stop loss at the break even. I think this could be a clever approach for the long-term investors, although short-term traders are most likely to take the profit at this point, disregarding whether it will be rejected or not, because there will be another and better price. But investors are likely to already buying around this price area to hold it long term. Next one is the Euro Canadian dollar. So here, clean bounce of the 161.8 Fips that we used previously. And I do like how it looks. This shows me the weakness of the Canadian dollar, which we've been speaking about already. So Canadian dollar weakness could be pushing this pair quite high. And this is same applies here. Canadian dollar weakness plus Swiss franc strength, massive decline. So this is why I think this could be a very, very strong move to the downside. Could be even lower, could be establishing a new all-time low. Who knows? It's also possible, considering what we had already this year, maybe this will be something similar and price will be simply, I don't know, diving towards 61 level. Next one, Ethereum, it's moving up as expected, still very bullish. Bitcoin as well, very bullish. There was a clear buying opportunity, same as the Ethereum clear buying opportunity. Now, next one, the Euro Pound. We still holding, respecting this low at 0.9 psychological, which is key psychological level. It's being respected, so yet expecting upside move, not sure for how much, but if we look at the longer term picture, guys, this should be something like that. It could be quite a big one. And I think at this point buyers would have entered the trade either at this high or at this bounce of the moving average, because you can see that 4-hour candle closed above the moving average, rejected and closed above. So this triggered a lot of buying power right there. Although sellers were stronger, all stop losses, I guess, would be placed just below 90.20, kicked out, and time for the rally. So this is what I would imagine from the Euro Pound. Pound New Zealand dollar, we reached the support as I expected, guys, very fast move to the downside. So yeah, we are at the support. It was broken to the downside. Now we see the downtrend trend line is acting as the support, so it could result in a pullback. Nonetheless, we are down with this one. Congrats who had the same view on the pound New Zealand dollar. Was a pretty good one. So closing the chart since it's done. And we are left with S&P 500. Well, on S&P, this is the daily time frame. It's not moving straight away to the downside, but I think it's time. Very soon it will start moving, especially when gold starting to look very bullish, Bitcoin looking very bullish. This could be showing the weakness in the S&P 500 index, but this is long term. We should watch this resistance. Obviously, as I said, it's possible that the price will produce a double top at this level. So maybe this pullback and then to the downside. Very possible. This is a long-term view. It's just to show that the US economy is not in a good shape, and S&P 500 should reflect that. This could be a very, very strong drop in price. I hope you enjoyed this analysis. If you did, smash the like button and let me know down in the comments below what you think about the Swiss franc in general and what you think about the Swiss franc Japanese yen. Also, subscribe to the channel not to miss any of the future video analysis, because we do them on the daily basis, posting major, minor currency pairs as well as the cryptocurrencies, stocks, indexes and commodities. Thank you all for watching. I wish you a great weekend and speak to you on Monday.